top of the hour. Let's get this started. Welcome, everyone. My name is Guy. My name is Guy Toole. I am the founder and CEO of 1QR, and I am excited. People are flowing in. If you get a chance, let me know where you are watching from. I believe there's the chat. It's enabled. Just send that over to us so we can see where everyone's participating from. Here, we're just going to get directly into 1QR, what we do, and how you can implement this into your real estate business. So 1QR, we have broken the mold. We have set the standard for instant access. So what is instant access? It's exactly what it implies. You're giving access to important information at a buyer's point of interest. Why is this important? What do most buyers do when they begin the process of looking for a new property or a new home? They search. And everyone feels that search is their friend, when in fact, search provides confusion. Search introduces competitors. It takes them to other agents, other listings, competition. Why would we introduce a potential buyer to search when we could provide them instant access and control the information that they're consuming? It's a simple shift in our thinking. Provide access at a buyer's point of interest and provide that in every possible channel for maximum exposure to that instant access. So we're just going to jump right into it. I am going to change screens and give you an example of 1QR. If I can find my navigation in our application. Okay. And I stopped share already. Going to pull up 1QR. I'm going to pull up my account. It's an example page to show you how simple this is in implementing 1QR instant access into your marketing. The example we're going to create today is a sign writer. I know a lot of us in listing properties have our sign writers. A lot of them have a photo, a name, a phone number, maybe your website. That's access. But we're talking about instant access. If someone's interested at that moment, they want to know about the property. And we don't want to introduce them to search, because when they search, they end up on third-party platforms. Maybe it's misinformation, it's other properties, when they're really interested at that moment in this property. So we're just going to generate a quick QR code. Once you're logged into your account, you create a QR code. Now, 1QR also is a dynamic QR code platform, meaning I've taken the time, I've created a QR code for a listed property. Well, what happens next? I don't have to create a new QR code. I'm able to adjust the destination of that QR code to the next property. So we're going to simply give some examples here. My wife's a realtor, so she allows me the opportunity to essentially market for her in a lot of these demos. So I've already pulled up her website and a listed active property. To give the example, all I have to do is copy the URL of the page. You might ask, well, okay, I want to give access to them. Do I have a specific page that I'm sending them to? If my brokerage provides me a website and has your active listings, you can grab those links from your brokerage website. If you have your own, as example, my wife does, those live within the website that she controls. You could also grab your link direct from the MLS and pull over in as the destination to give all the information about the home. Now we can see if we're creating a QR code to give instant access, when we put that on the sign writer, someone can scan and this is where they go to. They're not introduced to search. We know that when people are searching and they land on a specific site or the property, that's the end all be all. That's the information that they need. So we don't want to introduce them to have to search. So I come to our site, find the property that is actively listed, and I copy the URL. I bring it back over into OneQR. I choose the web link as a destination because obviously that's a web link, and I paste it in as the destination. Now, some cool things about OneQR is building brand awareness, letting people understand that this QR code, this destination, it's a reputable platform, but I can also make it look exactly like my branding on my signage. So maybe I adjust the color. I bring down the ability to have a call to action. This is property information. So I could say home info or property info and continue moving on, making the brand of the QR code really fit my style. I can adjust the pattern. I can add a logo. I'm simply just going to grab our company logo since I have so many downloaded. And I know my search term for it to bring it directly in. I can have a QR code that fits my brand. And when people are consuming the information, they feel more confident in scanning the QR code. There's quite a few additional elements, but we're simply wanting to just get to the creation of the QR code and then what do we do next with it. So this is obviously going to be for a sign writer. And maybe this is for sign writer 1. I would highly encourage us to think about how many active listed properties we have. Maybe we have 1, maybe we have 100. There's an opportunity where we have a different QR code per sign writer, because when things change, I want to be able to make that destination of the QR code go to a different location. So I have sign writer 1, and I'm simply just going to tag it for my information. Additional things I can do, creating new sign writers. I can just make this a simple template so I don't have to create every single one of them, design them. Even though it only takes just a few minutes to do so, I have a starting point that I can generate this QR code for my sign writer. A request location, cool little feature with OneQR. When someone scans the destination, there's a little pop-up that's asking them, hey, we're not stealing your information, but we would like to know the location of where you're at when you're scanning this. So why multiple QR codes? Maybe you're doing a postcard campaign. You turn this feature on and you can heat map, pinpoint specific locations of where that QR code is being scanned. If it's sent off to 100 plus homes, you can identify that. Within OneQR as well, we are mobile based. You can download the app from the app stores. Search term is oneqr.com. You get real-time notifications if you turn this on. So you know you can basically tie back attributions to your sign writer and say, hey, sellers, we're getting a lot of traction happening. That can lead to a lot of showings. Potentially, we might have a lot of scans, and it's a conversation back with the seller of, hey, we might need to think about adjusting the price because we're not getting a ton of showings. But we're going to move on. This was the complexity of generating a QR code that goes on our sign writers. Now, maybe you've already have your sign writers and it has all this information. Maybe there's a location where you could stick a sticker of the QR code. All you have to do is download the QR code. A lot of times printers want the SVG or the vector file. All you do is select the vector file, and as you saw, it loaded into my downloads on my clipboard. All I have to do is go over into my email, send it to the printer, and say, put this QR code on a sticker so I can place it here and make it so it is easily accessible and people understand what it is. Or even if you started or thought about getting new sign writers, have a space large enough, I would say 6 by 6 inches, where it can be scanned by someone driving by, walking by. Again, it's at their point of interest is the most important thing. We don't want them to have to go to search. So I've created SignWriter 1. It was that simple. I come back in, I can adjust it. Maybe it's for a new destination. This property went under contract. Let's go to another current property. And we move locations. We move the SignWriter. We copy that location, put it in as the new destination. Continue through and save. The sign was moved from property A to property B. Now all the information is about property B. There's no heavy lift in this. It is really just gaining traction, allowing you to sit down with sellers and say, hey, when I told you we're going to maximize your exposure, we want people online to get that information, but we're not going to make them search. We're going to give them that access at the signs, at the open houses, from flyers, brochures. Maybe we take out a print ad because the home's cool enough and it justifies us spending some marketing dollars. We're able to put that QR code on each one of those campaigns to get the information easily accessible for them. It's that simple. So don't let it consume you thinking that there's way too much that you have to learn here. I just think about how am I going to get more exposure for my seller? Is it going to be in every element of my marketing? I would hope we say yes. We're doing the most for them, the best for them, and giving the potential buyer the information at their need. Because that's what it's all about. One scan. We've seen it. One scan has sold a home. One scan has allowed real estate agents to sign additional seller contracts, to sign additional buyer contracts, because you're simplifying the process for everyone involved. So we're going to wrap it up. And if I find my screens, I can reshare. And thank you for taking the time for joining us. It has been quite quick because that's what it should be. I know you're all busy. You're all out there servicing your clients, helping buyers find new homes. Just ask yourself, what next? And how can you maximize the exposure for all of your potential buyers and the sellers that you have? If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at support@oneqr.com. And we look forward to servicing you in providing maximum exposure, instant access at a point of someone's interest. Have a great one. Thanks for joining. Take care.